Okay, today's math lesson is very similar to yesterday's math lesson, where we need to use the division ladder to find the least common multiple so that we can have common denominators. Only in today's lesson, we're going to be adding mixed numbers. So let's go ahead and put that as the heading on our paper. Adding mixed numbers with different denominators, and I am abbreviating. The W with a slash right here, that's how you abbreviate the word with. Okay, make sure the date is on your paper as well, of course. And first step, write the problem vertically. If it's not already written that way for you. Most of the time it will already be set up that way for you, but just in case it's not. Second step, find the least common multiple to use as your common denominator. We're going to use the division ladder to do that. Third step, add your numerators. Fourth step, add your whole numbers. And the last step, reduce if possible. I'm actually going to go back and add something to our step 2, where it says find LCM. We can add to that, write new fractions after that. Hopefully that's easy for you to read there. Write new fractions. Okay, now let's do some examples. Okay, our first example. Let's do 2 4/8. And I'm going to write this vertically, so up and down, plus 6 5/6. 6 5/6. Some of you might already know what the least common multiple is. Some of you may need to figure that out by using the division ladder. So let's go ahead and solve it using the division ladder. So let's put our equal sign, bring over those whole numbers so we can rewrite our new problems. And in my division ladder, I'm going to put those two denominators again, 8 and 6. I know these are both even numbers, so 2 goes into both of them. 4 and 3. These are one number apart, so I know I am done. So my least common multiple, my new common denominator, is 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. So if you already knew that, great job. Okay, how do I get from 8 to 24? I multiply by 3. So I have to multiply the top number by 3. 4 times 3 is 12. How do I get from 6 to 24? I have to multiply by 4. So I multiply that top number by 4. Whatever I do to the bottom, I need to do to the top. 5 times 4 is 20. 12 plus 20 is 32. My denominator stays the same. And I add my whole numbers. Am I done? If you said no, you are correct. I am not done. I cannot leave this numerator bigger than my denominator, my final answer. So pretend this is, well, not pretend, it is an improper fraction that we need to turn into a mixed number and add it to that 8. So I'm going to divide it out because my top number is bigger. 24 goes into 32 one time. Subtract. And this guy gets added to that 8, bringing my final answer to 9. And I have 8 left over out of 24. My denominator stays the same. Now, am I done? No, that's right, I am not done. I can reduce this fraction. so I'm going to put 8 and 24 into the division ladder. There's a lot of work with this problem, isn't there? And I know 2 goes into both of them. 4 and 12. 2 goes into both of them again. 6 and 2 goes into both of them again. So this answer can be reduced to 9 and 1/3. And that is my final answer, because when I see a 1, I know I am done. A lot of work with that problem, but it's all stuff you guys can do. We've been practicing up to this point to get to this information, so you guys know how to do this. All right, let's do one more example problem. I'm going to write this problem out. I want you to stop this tape, work it out, and turn it back on when you're ready to check your answer, okay? I'm going to turn my page so I have more room to work. Okay, our second example problem here. Let's go with (11 and 2/3). 11 and 2/3 plus 9 and 1/5. Okay, find your common denominators, pause this tape, turn it back on when you're ready to check your answer. All right, let's check to see if you were correct. Okay, first I'm going to bring my whole numbers over here so I don't forget about those guys. And my 3 and my 5, if I'm not sure what that denominator is going to be, I put it right into this division ladder. And what goes into 3 and 5? Nothing, that's right. So I'm just going to multiply these two together. 15. 15 is going to be my new denominator. Since nothing goes into them, I'm done. Okay. How do I go from 3 to 15? Times 5. Multiply the top times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. How do I go from 5 to 15? That's right. Times 3. Multiply the top times 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 10 plus 3 is 13. Denominator stays the same. 11 plus 9 is 20. Can I reduce 13/15? Well, if I'm not sure, let's check it out. Let's go through our divisibility rules. 2 does not go into both of them because they're not even numbers. How about 3? Okay, well, let's see. The divisibility rule for 3, I add up the digits. 1 plus 3 is 4. 3 doesn't go into 4 nicely, so I can stop there. How about 5? Does 5 go into both of these? Nope, they don't end in a 5 or a 0. Both of them. How about 6? Well, if 2 and 3 didn't work, 6 isn't going to work. 9? No, not if 3 didn't work. Well, I'm kind of out of options here, so I can't reduce this anymore. This is my final answer. Okay, I'm going to do one more example, but if you'd like to stop because you understand this and get the homework assignment, you may do that. Make sure the teacher sees your work before you ask for the assignment. If not, let's do one more problem together. Okay, let's do 2 and 3/4 plus 3 and 2/8. Sorry about that. Okay, pause this tape if you'd like to work this one out and turn this back on when you're ready to check your answer. All right, let's check your answers. First, I'm going to bring over my whole numbers so I don't forget about them. I'm going to put 4 and 8 in the division ladder. Find my least common multiple if I already don't know what that is. Okay, let's multiply these. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. My common denominator is going to be 8. How do I get from 4 to 8? I multiply by 2, which means I multiply the top number by 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Okay. 8 to 8 times 1. Well, that's going to stay the same. 2 times 1 is 2. See, these are all the same. All right, 6 plus 2 is 8. Denominator stays the same. 2 plus 3 is 5. Final answer? No, hopefully not. 8 over 8, what does that equal? 1 whole, that's right. So I'm going to add that to this 5, and my answer becomes 6. So if you got 6 as your final answer, you did a great job because this wasn't an easy problem. Excellent. So you may raise your hand and show the teacher your work and ask for your assignment.